We went out and there was pure chaos in the streets. Sheena had to do a speech thingy, and we met this tiefling lady who calls herself Dia, and she just appears out of nowhere saying, "Does somebody say bird?" Just out of nowhere. And then she looks to you, Kai, and is like, "I'm actually here for you."
What does a bard want with me?
Well, I saw your exam at the arena,
Ah,
and
yes.
so you made like a career-ending mistake right there.
Oh.
You did not get yourself a bard for the arena.
I'm like, oh, I had no idea.
Oh my god, you were gonna ruin your career before you even started it. She's like hand flailing around trying to like emphasize that you're making a mistake by not choosing a bard.
I guess I'll go start looking now. And I'll
It's like,
give her
well,
a cheeky smile.
I mean, that's why I'm here. And she hands you a piece of paper that just has her name on it and the word bard in brackets.
I'm gonna look it over.
Yeah, it just says her name.
Scrutinize it really carefully. Is this yours?
I'm like, can I see
Yeah.
your ID real quick?
She holds out her citizen card thing.
I'm gonna look at it and then look at the sheet and then look at it and then look at the sheet.
Roll
Look at it.
investigation.
Oh,
For
fuck
Kyan.
Can I roll an investigation on his
investigation.
You
No,
can both roll investigations for your thing. If you're
it's just on his attitude, though.
I was saying that'd be more of a.
Okay.
Why did you click bourbon?
What? Hey, bourbon.
Yeah, that's wrong character, Justin.
I'll be like, yeah, that's your name.
It's like, it says bard here. I need a bard.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's like, yeah, you see Kyan looking at this piece of paper, and it's like he forgot how to read, but he points out bard. And then he points to Dia, bard. Dia's like, yes, I'm a bard. And I'm here to offer my services.
I'm like, okay. So, if you're gonna offer your services to me, how are we gonna work for money-wise?
As soon as I find the damn
I just lost
thing I
connection
wrote
to the
for it.
voice.
Just-
I'm back now, by the way.
Welcome back.
As soon as I find the thing for it.
And what did my investigation tell me about Kyan?
Weird thing that I explained for it?
He
No,
cut
I
out,
didn't.
or not cut out.
Oh, basically you're looking at Kyan looking at this piece of paper, and it looks like Kyan forgot how to read, but then he points at the paper and says bard, and then he points at Dia and says bard. And Dia's like, yes, I'm a bard. Let's see here. No, I might not have wrote it down on that one. So I'm just going through my damn fucking notes that I have. What's on this one? No, couldn't have been that one. That's for later. Yeah, no. So yeah, the way it basically works is when a comes for the arena, they have to choose a bard that performs in the arena with them. The bards themselves do not do battle or affect the opponents. However, they mostly play and perform to rouse the crowd to cheer more for their combatant. Also, each round, a bard can grant an inspiration dice to their combatant, but they have to basically, like, when you go in to register a battle or talk to like the leader of whatever your team is, you basically say, this person's going to be my bard in the arena and such. Trying to remember what it was for money wise. I believe it is, I think it was 10% of the prize money for rank battles.
Mhm.
So when, like, you do the performances throughout the battle and the bard is performing as well, whatever the prize money that, like, you get from the stadium for how well you perform, the bard gets 10%, which is not a lot.
Yeah. Okay. That works for me.
Yeah. So basically, you have someone giving you bardic inspiration every round.
Cool. I'm gonna look at her and be like, well, welcome to the team. Wanna join the guild as well?
I mean, I kind of already perform at the tavern.
And how much is that gonna get you?
Depends. Sometimes one of the bands that perform at the stadium, they sometimes like to rent out, or not rent out, but like book, she air quotes, book in advance the rooms, right, for after gig.
Celebrations?
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. You can roll an insight if you want to know exactly what she means.
I already know what she
I think I already know.
Okay.
She getting the booty.
Basically, there's orgies there a lot.
I knew it. You always want to be invited to the after party.
Yeah, I know. She just bluntly says.
Mm-hmm.
I look over and interrupt real quick, and I'm like, I squint at her. I ask, how often are you invited to the after party?
Usually all of them.
Mm.
Any bard worth their salt wouldn't turn down an ongoing orgy.
Accurate.
I mean, I can't properly call myself a bard. It's like I just turned down an orgy just out of the blue. I mean, it's not right.
I think people will think you're ill if you didn't.
Probably. See, he gets it. I just gotta find all these character sheets that I have scattered across my things. Here we go.
Relaxing.
Yeah, no, I was like, I've been playing Final Fantasy X. Yeah, in case you forgot what she looks like, here's what she looks like.
She's very chipper for her looks.
Mm-hmm.
But good stuff. Alright, Dia, well, I'll come get you when I need you.
Okay. Usually you can find me at the tavern.
Please be closed when I come get you.
Now, see, you're asking something that can never be promised. So, no.
I'm like, at least
If
be
I'm
ready within
closed-
10 minutes.
I mean, I'll be ready for whenever there's a battle, but
Fantastic.
if you come to the brothel out of the blue, I was like, there's no promise I'm going to be closed.
I'll
It's
wink
a
at her and
brothel.
say, I'll see you at the brothel then.
You better. Anyway, that's there in the street after the whole chaos thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so after dealing with the cultists of Elixia and fighting some scary-ass bird demons right inside your own guild hall, you're all left a little uneasy because, well, the worst part of it was the baby turning into the Baylor demon. But after that, after the paladins dealt with the rest of the replaced babies throughout the city, you guys like basically went home for that day, and it's like Kyan is, for the most part, he's like a little tired from like haste wearing off, but other than that, he's fine. But his teammates, his coworkers, his friends, are all like one's like most of them are beat to shit or beyond exhausted. It's like kind of have to like let them have a break. Can't drag them along when they don't have the strength to fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if we're at home base, it's not a big deal. But like, they can't go on adventures until they've healed for the day.
Everybody else is physically sore. Kyan's just kind of like hungover.
Fucking bird demons. Goddamn bird! Get out of my attic! Squawk! So yeah, you guys go back in, like, everyone kind of just like, I was like, I'm not doing things today. Brad's like,
what if Kyan's little, what do you call, the flaw. His flaw is he's addicted to the spell haste.
I mean, technically, that spell addiction can be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's had it like, what, twice now?
Yep.
Within like a day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh man, hit me again.
It sucks when it wears out. Put it back on, please.
I was like, oh man, I'm starting to see the real world again. Hit me.
I'm falling, guys. I need to pick me up.
It's like you're standing perfectly still. I was like, no man, I'm falling.
I start scratching my chest.
Anyway, so you guys go back and rest. A few hours later, after the Paladin Diligently, you get a visit from Paladin Dumplin, Commander Paladin Vostok, the Mage Guild Master Rias, and a detachment of guards. I will boop you into the thing. Whoop. I'd imagine everyone's downstairs since I already had them downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, but Kyan will be like slumped over the table here, like
Yeah,
head down.
everyone's like fucking haggard at this point. Red's just sitting over at the bar. She's not drinking, but like she's like, I don't want to fucking deal with things right now.
I'm kind
Sheena
of
is,
backing away because they're paladins.
Yeah. Besides her face, her rest of her body's basically wrapped up like a mummy. She had that one heavy slash at the beginning that fucking ripped her right open. Everyone else kind of got like just Lucy's like eating like some chocolate and some orange juice and stuff. She's trying to get her sugars up. She's like, I'm just dizzy right now. I need to get my blood sugars up. I used up all of my magic, every single one. So the commander walks up and asks, "What the hell happened?"
Kyan will just raise a hand and be like, "Demon, baby."
Sheena tries to explain. It's like, so you know about that cult thing that you hired us for? So like, they brought demons or something. I'm still not fully certain what they did. I just know that that cult is the reason there was demons. And the big demon. We also fought a bunch. I mean, they disappeared, so we can't really like show bodies because they just despawned back to their world. But our courtyard is like completely burnt and destroyed and exploded.
Yeah.
Also, one of our walls is beat up. So yeah, this is before like the finishing of the repairs.
That was already like that. You already said that.
No, whatever. Well, we put it on the work order, but like.
Yeah.
Anyway, we already know that you were the ones that helped make the situation not as bad as it could have been. However, with that Baylor demon flying across the ocean from our location, other countries may see that as an act of war. When Councilman Luke was still in office as an ambassador, he planted a lot of seeds in other nations, seeds of war and corruption. So, until we can figure out what to do about all this, we won't be burdening you with any dire missions. You don't see them, you don't hear them, but like you can feel a collective from your companions, a collective, whew, thank God.
Lucky is literally split between happy and sad. Happy because he loves the money that they give him for the missions, and sad because every time he completes them, he becomes a hero.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, money. It was like, oh no, now everyone's singing my name in the streets.
Yay.
I mean, it hasn't gone that far, but Lucky thinks that.
I'm a hero, god damn it.
In fact, we urge you to take some time for yourselves and do the things you wish to do. You deserve a break after the stuff we've put you through.
Kind snorts. Huh? What?
Vacation.
Oh, okay.
Also, you've been boosted to rank 2 citizens.
Can I roll something to see if Kyan is awake enough to hear that part?
Roll a perception with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're actively protecting an 8.
Do I hear it?
I doubt it, but let's see. I roll a random DC for this situation.
Okay.
You heard it in your sleep,
Okay.
but you did hear it.
I
Rank
hear
2.
Okay.
But you're not sure if it actually happened.
Yeah, if
or
it's a
not.
dream.
You wake up,
It's
it's like, I had a
dream.
weird dream. Are we rank 2 citizens?
You'll just hear me mumbling. Oh,
Yeah, you're rank 2.
oh.
Money. Awareness.
Yeah, Arn.
That ass.
Oh. That,
I still remember that accidental text you sent me where you're trying to talk about Ernest, but you mentioned someone else
Yeah.
whose boobs you wanted on your face. I'm like,
Who was it again?
should I say? Because
I can't remember.
We're
I know.
recording.
Oh, right, we're recording.
Type
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
we don't want that. Okay. So,
Type it in Discord.
roll perception. I mean, this is a sight-based one, so I guess Kyan, since he's saying he's asleep, he won't get to do this, but everyone else can roll perception to notice something.
Ta-da!
Oh yeah, you notice it. Starting off with the high rolls, Jesus. 21 and then a fucking 19 and you fuck. Anyway, yeah, let's get all the good rolls out on the unimportant stuff. Anyway, Lucky, you noticed something. You notice the Paladin Commander looking at Claire very often as she talks to you.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, I was about to say roll an insight or ask Claire herself. You can assume you're more than certain that they know each other from beforehand.
Okay.
Vostok mentions when she looks over at Claire, haven't seen you since you were his height, and she points to you, Lucky.
I just glare at him and imitate Kyan and growl. Can I roll a performance for this?
Are you trying to intimidate, or?
Just show I'm angry.
Yeah, roll performance.
Kyan's a little gross.
Since you're doing an impression of Kyan, Jesus Christ.
Wow, you're doing pretty good, doggy.
Yeah, I was like, I would say disadvantage because you also have like, a detachment of guards, 3 of the strongest people in the city right in your doorway, but that wouldn't have made a difference. But hold on. Yeah, they all noticed you growling, but they don't really care. It's like a chihuahua. Anyway, the Paladin Commander mentions to Claire, it warms my heart to see you all grown up. And Claire's just like, yeah, grown up. With that though, so they're giving you like
Vacation?
leave to like just do your shit. Focus on, have your time, me time. Gotta have me time. Once they figure out what to do, they'll contact you, but for the time being, you have no missions.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are no council missions, no guild quests from any guilds, so you can all kind of go about your own individual business. Dumplin, however, since he's your liaison still, even though the council is technically here, one of the councils, he hands you the papers and pamphlets for the rank 2 stuff.
Yay.
Yeah, some was adjusted because of the whole like money thing. Also, you are given this, and we'll say that like right here now, is where they take the money. So I made this thing with the taxes.
Okay.
So he hands you this piece of paper. Sandria, super fun time taxes. Sandria has always been the nicest place on the planet to live in, so we want to continue making this country great. Sounds like Trump.
Ugh.
So we are enforcing a massive tax ban that all citizens must concede to. This affects all citizens, both poor and rich, and whatever is in between. What this money will be used for is fixing many, and hopefully all, of the problems this country has with its economy, jobs, living situations, and healthcare. We can get healthcare? Sheena's just looking. We can get healthcare? What the fuck am I doing wrapping myself up in toilet paper?
Kind
That's
chuckles
where it
and thinks,
went. I yell.
money.
Prices on all shops will be reduced significantly as a result, but also the costs that the business owners must pay in for whatever goods they deal in will be more comfortable for them. So, like, shop prices are all lowered, but the amount that they have to pay, like, in taxes normally, which is why everything was so expensive, and why money was ridiculous. We'll be starting up a new government-run business that anyone can get a job at. We'll be making the water retrieval jobs available to all citizens instead of just convicts. And it should be like in fine print to your names. The extra money will also go towards providing better equipment, security, and travel time for those doing the job. So instead of 2-week travel time, it'll be like less, like maybe a week.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Did I notice inside print my name?
No, that was a joke
Okay.
because it was your first job.
I know, but if it was my name, like, there specifically for this sheet, I would have complained.
Oh man, it would have been in bold writing with arrows. Like it would have had the illusionary, or not illusionary, skywrite up in the sky with cloud arrows pointing down at the piece of paper.
Lucky.
Anyway. Like, why is the cloud saying that? Many people live in the slums, abandoned areas of the city, and even the collapsed ruins. So we decided to enhance the living areas all across the city. The slums will be upgraded to a comfortable residential area, which will expand into the normal residential area. The residential area, the normal one, will be upgraded to be more comfortable for those who live there, repairs and modifications to homes. The collapsed ruins will be restored and turned into a recreational park that spans across the whole section. So basically, you'll have like dating area.
Ooh.
I'm not planning anything.
Liar!
The temple and its healers will be offering up a healthcare service for those who have a more difficult time healing or those who are suffering from a disease or a curse. It will be a free service for all citizens.
Werewolf.
It will also provide sanctuary for those less fortunate with homes and jobs.
Ooh.
So basically a homeless shelter.
Gotcha.
And free health care.
How about my werewolf thing? Is that covered?
Anyway, they took my job. They took your job. The city will also be constructing a new prison since the water retrieval jobs won't be for convicts anymore. Some of the paladins, supposed to be an S in there, some of the paladins have been brought into question about their methods for rehabilitation for convicts and have been replaced with more qualified staff. If something earlier in the game wasn't mentioned, that wouldn't be a thing.
Oh.
Poor Bolt. It's like, oh god, pull on it harder. So should we rescue him or leave him?
Oh
Right.
boy.
And rank 2 stuff. Now I gotta find where I put that.
I think it's in League of Villains HQ.
Hmm?
League of Villains HQ? In League of Villains?
That was I'm trying to find the fucking thing for it. I can't remember where I put shit. No, wrong thing.
Oh, right. Ah!
Ah, here we go. Citizen status entitlements. So first off, yeah, there. So okay, so one's at right now, from what they've chosen themselves.
Mhm.
Right. So let's see. Sandra citizen care shows citizens start at 0 unless by higher recommendations. Increasing this level grants special entitlements. See citizen status entitlements. To increase this level, you must do official quests either through guilds or by accepting them from the council, or do anything that would be a benefit to the city in a noticeable way. The cards attuned to your person doesn't count as a 2-minute spot. They can't be stolen, so no worries about identity theft. When you have done enough worthy of an increase, it will happen automatically. There is no way for you to see or measure the progress. The DM, me, decides when it's time for an increase. So basically, it's just like story landmark things. The names registered on your cards are names you must use to go by in any official capacity. If you have other names, like backstory stuff, and use them in a place where your registered name is needed, like the stadium, then you will be arrested and potentially spend the rest of your life in prison. You lose your character. Because they have a new prison now. Yeah, so see, Sheena, she bought the deed to the old guild hall on the property when she bought her real estate. Lucky you got put into the Mages Guild, because you requested that after the water, or for the water retrieval thing, or else you wouldn't have done it. It's like, point of the water retrieval mission is to get prisoners to like atone for their crimes. And it's like, but he's refusing. It's like, for fuck's sake, it's fine. It's like, it's no wonder Kenny quit his job.
Kenny quit his job?
Yeah, that was mentioned a long time ago.
I thought he was just on vacation.
No, he Kenny quit his job. Kyle went on. He basically took leave.
Oh, I mixed the two up.
Or no, I have that mixed up.
Oh.
Kyle left abruptly for no reason. Kenny went back to see his family.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, I was forgetting my own fucking canon. Sorry, that was back after what? We beat Luke, I think? Yeah, that was after Luke. That was a while ago. It was when we still had the whole house then.
Wow.
Kine, you did the Platinum Stadium thing.
Yep.
Red hasn't chosen anything, and you don't have to choose when you get it. It just opens up what's available to you. Lucy's already Mages Guild. Claire hasn't done anything yet. Right? And I will also do this. I've had to adjust some of the prices. Well, yeah, so now it's 1,000 gold for the stadium.
Instead of the 10,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, all that money. Damn you, council! So there's that, and then there's real estate. I've adjusted that a little bit. Not a whole lot. Actually, no, yeah, I just wrote down that, like, certain ones are sold. There's still that warehouse in the industrial district. So if anyone wants to choose for their second rank to buy some real estate, there's a big old warehouse that you just store ridiculous amounts of shit in.
Or I can rent it out to people.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still have to buy it, but yeah, you could rent it out, like, set it up as, like, a living space, or whoever needs it for whatever. And then the guild thing is different. I made everything a flat 1,000. So you have access to guild entry applications to either the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, or Assassin's Guild. Once you join a guild, you can't join a second one unless you leave the guild. Though, that will leave a poor mark on your application. You can still work with guild members as well as ones from other guilds once you join one. All applications will go through council approval. Fighters Guild must prove strength, which you've already done. And you would have to pay the 1,000 gold instead of, I think it was like 5,000 before.
Quick question. On the previous one, the warehouse is 20,000 gold.
Yep.
Did that go down?
No, that one stayed the same.
Alright.
The real estate will still be expensive just because it's large things, except for like the house.
Alright.
Because that house that's listed there is like better than our old house. It's like a not minimum wage class living.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I work construction. I was like, well, fuck you. Mages Guild must have a form of spell casting, not just the ability to cast a spell. If If you do not, then you can take an internship and multi-class, the first level of a spellcasting class. Recommendations will help speed up the application, which is what you requested when you did the water retrieval job, which is why you have the mages thing. And Assassin's Guild, no one's really... You haven't even gone to the Assassin's Guild, except for Kyan in backstory.
Yep.
Once.
Yep.
It's like, must be willing to kill everyone you love without hesitation. Entry fee is 1,000 gold, refundable if you can't prove yourself.
Gotcha.
You'd think there'd be just like a fucking slew of applicants for the Assassin's Guild. I was like, no, not really. Anyway, that's level 1 stuff, just to recap. So, first off, this applies to everyone, gets it automatically. First stage upgrade services. With your advancement to level 2 citizens, oh god, I can't stop burping. You have been granted rights to first stage upgrades from blacksmiths in Sandros. The entitlement is granted to all level 2 citizens and doesn't count against the entitlement perk that you get to choose for yourself from the options in this list. And now, so the one that we already kind of knew about, but the information here. Loading up slow on my side. Load fast, there we go. Alright, so this one's a little bit longer. So you've lived and worked in Sandros for so long, and you have done enough of a service that you now have the opportunity to buy, create, or invest in your own business. You just hear this noise in the background outside of the guild somewhere. It's like, oh my god, yes, and it sounds like Drizel.
This is Drizel, honestly. Drizel is like, you should have seen my face. I freaked out a little. I was like, oh!
It's like, oh my god, so goddamn girl. Anyway,
Drizel just cringed in his
change,
pants.
Yeah, I didn't change the price on this because it would still be ridiculously expensive.
That's okay. Drizel's made to make money.
You will need to have at least 100,000 gold as startup money. You will need to create plans of the business you wish to start and bring it to Gerda Thunderhorn. Roll history real quick.
He's just sleeping, so he doesn't do it.
Fair point.
Yeah, but you're there like, goddamn with fucking 19s. So Thunderhorn was the name of the paladin that was the warden at the prison.
Oh god.
This must be a family member. She will approve your business proposal and send it in for council approval. Once the council processes your business proposal... Speak slower, Jordan. Once the council processes your business proposal, you receive your business license, your rights for business ownership, and anything your... It's supposed to be an R there. Anything your business creates, whether it falls under copyright, patent, trademark, trade secret, or industrial design rights. Also, if you own a guild or organization, any employee you hire will gain access to citizen rank entitlements equal to the organization. This will cost the guild or organization 10,000 gold per employee, unless the employee is already of that rank. So basically, if we get like a new person in and they don't have as high a rank, but we want to get them up to speed and we have the extra money, we can just bump them up. But they have to work for us.
Yeah.
In order for that to be allowed, right? And then like the different, I believe it falls under intellectual properties, like copyrights, patents, trademarks, industrial. I actually had to research these things first. It's like, okay, I know the names. What are the exact definitions? So I was like, okay, these would be the things that would apply that we need for now. Anything else I'll find later if it becomes relevant. But yeah, so you can read those there. These are just from Wikipedia.
Yep.
So basically, if we create some new shit that no one else has seen before, a dildo that's also a fucking great hammer.
Ooh.
It's like we could fucking patent that. No one's done that before, and we could fucking make them in. Think about it. Bards. They would use it.
Oh my god.
Then there's another pamphlet here that's just fun. Vehicle options.
Huh.
Time to pimp our rides. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I moved remove the thing. So you've been approved for the purchase of various special vehicles. Selecting this option again on later citizenship increases will add more to the list that is available to you. All prices are non-negotiable. Additional equipment may be needed for some vehicles. Basically, microtransactions. Inquire at the dealership in the industrial district. Must have license in order to purchase and use, which is basically land vehicle proficiencies count as a driver's license. The R&D labs have invented a new vehicle technology that runs on Stormfrax crystals. I actually had to research a whole bunch of materials that I can use in the game. Just massive fucking material reference list for things. It's like, oh god, why do I have like 300 different items? Vehicles get about 100 miles for a 1 pound crystal, which costs about 500 gold per crystal. Can't use anything more than a 1 pound crystal or the vehicle will overload and explode. So basically, if you have a giant monster you can't fucking defeat, you have a car and you have 2 pounds worth of Stormfrax, just drive it in there, slam the crystals in, and jump out, and it's just action movie, explode your vehicle.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but the R&D labs will also buy any materials from you for their projects, not just with vehicles. So basically, if you find like, ooh, this would be good for golems, I know a certain someone will probably pay out the dick hole for this. Let's get down, recording. Alright, so everyone's like looking at this shit. Kyan, you seeing this shit? Wakey, eggs, and get the fuck up!
What?
Who said that?
She points to Lucky.
What?
What are you doing? I'm rubbing my eyes.
Do you want to drive cars?
Car. What?
Let me rephrase that. Do you want to start a business?
What?
I already know what my business is going to be.
Do you want to get better weapons?
Oh, yes! What about weapons? I like weapons.
She points out the whole being ranked 2 citizens, which is what we are now. She slaps you across the face of the envelope. It's like, we're rank 2 now, Slap. You can get better equipment.
I'm gonna read the pamphlet. I can finally join the Fighters Guild.
Yeah.
Don't you want to join the Assassin's Guild?
I mean, you just joined
Fuck
the
those
arena.
bitches.
You haven't even gotten to do a thing. Plus now there's a bard thing and all that nonsense.
Oh, trust me, I'm still gonna have the name of the Fighters Guild under my belt, and I'm still gonna mess things up in the tournament, because then I'll bring honor to the League of Villains and the Fighters Guild.
And most importantly, we'll make a lot of money.
Yeah, whenever you're doing a fight, she'll just like turn into a commercial all of a sudden. Dun dun dun, the League of Villains.
Basically, you'll have background performance to amp you up.
Yeah. It'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm. So,
Or-
we have literally leave to do whatever we individually want to do.
Ooh.
Or however long we are given on a specified period of time.
Thanks. That makes things easy for me to decide.
Yeah.
I'm doing my that one spell. Yeah.
Which
Oh,
spell?
did you? I'll be learning or at least heading towards my flesh golem spell.
Oh yeah, that. So let's see here.
It takes like 2 years to learn,
I gotta find
unless
the
you
thing.
changed it.
I don't think I have. Just gotta find your special equipment.
And we already went through the fact that despite all this shit happening, whenever there was like gaps in between, I was studying at night as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But this is like 2,000 page fucking book that's literally bigger than your body. So the only time, so advanced spells will take 1 month of committed study. Right? It's mostly just homebrew spells. Caution, practice spells in large open area without any obstacles in the way except targets. Section 2 was skeletal servant variants. Takes 3 months of committed study. That's separate from the spells. Has a list of different types of skeletons you could make that are each better than standard. Section 3. How to make your own flesh golem takes a full year of committed study in order to learn it. And in Section 4, how to tame your Dracula derivative of a movie. And this will happen in plot.
Yeah.
As long as you are, like, throughout the plot actively studying, like, you'll eventually get to that section. But first things first, it starts you off with spells in the first section. And we'll be doing that over the long run, the time skip. Just seeing what else there is. So yeah, we basically spend time. I would say, unless you guys want to do something right now, it's only like another few days. Oh, actually,
We haven't checked out our tower yet.
no, we haven't. But before that, this is technically post. No, pre-suicide. I just gotta find the damn thing that I wrote that I need Lucky to read out loud for the recording. Soon as I find it.
Oh boy.
It's when you went to so a few days go by. You visit Aya to see how she's doing, and there was the whole she's dead.
Yeah.
In her room, though, you do find a letter. I just gotta fucking find it because I don't know where my fucking shit is. Ah, here we go. So you find a letter, and it's addressed to you.
Alright.
Do you want to read that? I will pop it up. Read it out loud for the recording, I mean.
Alright.
Or do you want me to read it?
I'd rather you read it.
Well, I'm going to pop it up so you can all read
Oh
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Aya's letter to Lucky. It's Dear Lucky, if you find this letter, then you will have seen what has become of me. You hear like the rope swinging noise as you're reading that. I'm sorry what you had to see, but this was too much for me to keep living with. My whole life since the day I was born has been nothing but misery. My father beat and raped me every day, while my mother was a psychopath that killed people without reason. Every day she would make an attempt on my life, but when she finally came to her senses, she hung herself. My father blamed me for this and raped me until I got pregnant. That's how Bit was made. Once my father realized what he did, he had some shady people from the slums try to kill me. If it wasn't for my hero and sensei, Master Sun, I would have been already dead. But I guess that's no longer important. However, you Lucky, I learned about your history in the city, and despite all that, you brought my child home to me. I didn't see the criminal that you're branded as. All I saw was a good man doing a good deed for someone suffering. Though you probably don't think yourself one, deep down, there's a good man in you, Lucky Scythe, even if you don't always act like it. I agree. So how does Lucky feel about hearing that? He was just told that he's a good...
What's the word for conflicted? That's it.
Yeah, conflicted. It's like,
yeah.
She states your actual actions, both good and bad, but then she points out, regardless of the bad, your good actions were showing something a little more in you. Because even though your whole idea for a harem is what you wanted Aya for, she couldn't have been that important, or she wouldn't have been that important if you didn't go through such lengths to get back her baby.
Yeah.
Because she was just another girl to add to a list, and that's it. Just for bragging rights or to show off, you wouldn't have gone through the shit that you went through. And
Yeah.
she noticed that. Telltale Games, she will remember this. So yeah, Lucky comes back to the guild, and he's got like, normally he's like, I don't give a shit kind of look face. I'm better than everyone. La 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 la. He comes back with this piece of paper in his hand, and he looks so lost, confused. And that night, Lucky, you have a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're back. The dream sequences. I went to town on these ones. These ones. I'll put my creepy music on.
Alright, I knew you were gonna do music. If you weren't, I was gonna do it for you.
There we go. Is it loud?
Yeah, I'll just turn it on my end.
I should like adjust it slightly. Oh, it's still loud on my side. Okay. So you each have. This is happening on the same night. I just gotta find it. So go to your plot folders, and I will reveal it here. First, I'll bring up Lucky's.
Lucky's Nightmare?
Yep, just read it to yourselves.
Yeah.
I have this to be a fun thing.
Wait, where is it? Where am I going?
Hold on, my side's lagging a bit. So you remember put your plot folder in your character thing,
Oh, yeah, okay.
like your other dream visions and your brother's message and all that is. Right. So should get a new one popping up shortly.
I see it, and I can read it to myself.
Yeah, read it to yourselves, and then once you're both done, I'll say cue scene.
Okay.
No, I'm not setting off a battle. I was getting ready. I was planning for Lost Mines, but I had to change that. This is all stuff that happened during the vacation, but both your nightmares happen on the same night.
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are you done, Andrew?
I'm done.
And cue scene.
I'm gonna be like, Lucky?
Kyan?
Okay, hold on, quick question. Am I still covered in, things? Blood?
Lucky can see how much fur you have underneath your robes, because your robes are torn to shreds.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look at Lucky and be like, what's with the shovel?
I had to do something.
Ah. Okay.
I kind of hide it behind my back.
I'm gonna look down at myself and pick at some of the fabric. I'll be like,
What about you?
honestly, I have no fucking clue. I think I hurt somebody though.
Wait. Hurt somebody?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just chasing somebody and then when I caught them, I don't understand. What was I doing? Why was I doing it?
I don't know if this is referential, but I heard a scream.
I think that was the woman I heard. But that had to have been a dream, right? Right?
I gotta say, I don't know if it was a dream for you or not, but I heard a scream.
Oh boy.
You gotta tell me, what did you do? And I like try and turn him to face me, and we're eyeing each other.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, you first. That's the real reason for the shovel.
I did what you saw me, or we met before. How we met before?
Have we met before? No, we only met.
No, how we met prior, like.
I'm like, so you're digging up graves again?
Yes.
Okay.
Just don't tell Sheena.
Deal.
I go to shake his hand, and I'm like all serious.
I'll shake his hand and I'll be like, okay, well, I don't know if she's alive or she's dead, but I chased somebody down and I ripped into them. I don't know what I did.
What we're going to do, I give him a wink, because I'm trying to alleviate the mood, is you're going to go change, and we're going to go look.
Okay. I'm gonna go change.
Okay. Yeah. I will say that this was at a random time during your time skip.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that in there because I was like, oh, I've just been holding that load in forever.
Gotcha.
So we are doing the time skip thing, and I will bring that up here real quick. So I had you guys tell me the things that you wanted to do, and I wrote up the stuff for it. Yeah. So after dealing with the coldest problem and receiving your rank 2 citizenship before, I should have done this first, but whatever. I wanted to do that because it was the whole time you were talking, I was like, oh, I didn't know my face could smile this wide.
I'm cringing and smiling at the same time, kind of thing.
I'm pretty cringy. Like, holy fuck! What the fuck? Did I rape somebody?
You don't know.
Because you explicitly say, like, the details of what you do while you're doing them are blurry and faded.
Like I said,
you can't remember anything.
Don't know.
But you say you're doing them. It's right there. You are doing them.
Yeah, like you're aware that you're doing something, but you can't recall the memory of it because it turns blurry in your mind.
First you start with their clothes and then your own.
Yeah, and then everything turns blurry.
And she's the woman, laying face down. I wake up with my hand on all fours over top of her. I wonder what I did.
Yeah, you'll find out later.
Uh-huh.
All right, so so you decide to hold off on all big adventures and quests and the damn council, so you can focus on self-improvement and personal projects, considering what just happened. The rolls I make you do for this will be for the whole 3 months, so if you roll good, then you'll get like a better reward than just like rolling over a short period of time. So, Kyan, we'll start with you. One of the things you mentioned that you wanted to do was to... I'm actually going to stop this music because the creepy part was just for that. I couldn't hold that load in anymore. I needed to do it. Put on some peaceful music. Anywho, you decided to get more in touch with your patron to try and learn more about magic while studying books from the Mage Guild Library. Lucy has been offering you up some recommendations that she herself have read. One book in particular is called Otherworldly Magic for Dummies.
I'm a dummy.
Yeah. So, after reading through those books, you finally talk to your patron, and he mentions back, we haven't talked much, but I see you've been studying magic. That's good.
I'm like, it's been a wild ride. Holy shit.
Orochi is the name of your patron, correct?
Yeah, Orochi.
Yeah. You're supposed to be an old man?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's good. You need all the power that you can amass if you wish to defeat Inari.
One day.
You will. So, roll an Arcana.
Oh no. Where's my Arcana? It's not good.
Oh god.
Told you.
Well, there will be other chances. So, yeah, you got nothing from magic studying. And it's hard for a blood hunter to read about magic like a wizard and learn magic.
Yeah.
That way. You mostly just brushed up on like how magic works. Like there are fundamentals that apply to all spellcasters, including you. So you brushed up on that stuff.
You also attack your god, so.
Yeah. It's like, well, he mentions to you, there will be other chances. You're not quite ready for some of the power that I will eventually impart onto you.
Part me. What?
Yeah. Anyway, one of the other things you were studying was politics and monsterology.
Yeah.
Lucy brought you some books from the Mages Guild Library so you can study. She's just basically your librarian.
Yay.
You study a book called Monster Bros Creature Archive.
Ooh.
Yeah, you learn of a monster whose teeth can make an acidic dagger or possible short sword per tooth. Its pincers that are around its face can make a grappling weapon. It's called an ankeg.
Ooh.
That thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Roll an intelligence.
Why you give me intelligence rolls? Give me fucking wisdom. There we go.
Well, you get something from that stuff. That intelligence actually applies to 2 different buffs.
Yeah.
That you got.
Yay.
So let's see, that's a 17, so... Okay. So you get... Since that applies to both things you were studying, you get +1 to wisdom and +1 to charisma.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the minimum.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I gotta go here. +1 to charisma and +1 to intelligence.
Charisma and wisdom.
Oh. Ooh. Ah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Imagine what you would have got if you had like a nat 20 or something. All right. So in between studying, like throughout the day, you do like studying on those books that you got, studying on magic and talking to your patron.
Yeah.
Magic is going to be your slow learner on that, which makes sense for your class because the way you get new spells and spell slots, it fits.
Yeah.
But there will be other chances in the future. Studying, just reading books is like, oh, okay. politics, and monster face. Gotcha.
I understand this perfectly. They go in
so-
2 and 2 together.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Right? Fucking blood
So
quill.
in between studying, like you would do studying, like maybe after lunch, after like you woke up and did some exercises and training with Sheena.
Yeah.
So you, Kyan, you did some martial arts training each day with Sheena in between your studying and magic learning. Her robot fist really hurts.
No.
Roll athletics and acrobatics.
Well, I'm doing acrobatics first. No. And
Yeah.
athletics. Oh no! It really hurts.
You did not know she could do that with her tail.
Oh.
You also didn't know that it was strong enough to push your face into the ground and keep you there.
Hard Diddy.
Also, Kyan, you have, throughout the 3 months, you have time to do some free battles in the arena if you choose. They're not long-ass battles or anything. Did you want to do some free battles?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do that after, because you will have to do the actual battles.
But before I do the battles, I want to finish my application for the Fighters Guild. Because I have the gold for it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Lucky. Going to you now. Because I'm pretty sure those are the only things you mentioned to me that I remember you mentioning to me, Kyan.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah. I only planned what was said to me.
Mhm.
So, Lucky, you kept up with your giant language class with Lucy. And you've had
Secretly from Kyan, so I can get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Roll an intelligence. There you go. So you learn 10 words of your choice in Giant.
Well, I'll think those up after the
Yeah,
session.
I know. There's just 10 words of your choice. None of you guys are getting like surprise nat 20s to get like the cool things, but at least you're getting things. Let's see, Lucky. You've also kept up with your studying your spell book, especially the Advanced Necromancy Volume 1. Roll an intelligence on that.
Yeah.
If you're just doing studying, this is just how smart you are to God.
I feel your pain.
It is a lot. It is a huge book.
Where do I start?
The pages are really long, like in physical size. So like reading from top to bottom these pages is very, very difficult. However,
And they're all in super tiny print.
oh yeah, I mean they're the print of like a normal book, but on this massive page. Like each page is basically the size of a painting canvas.
Yeah.
But paper. You could literally like use this book as a fucking sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you technically could use it as a bed, but that might cause other problems. Anyway. Yeah. It's gonna take you a lot longer to learn anything from this book. This is a lot. I mean, for the most part, you're trying to like, well, there's the cool spells. So it's like, I want to learn the other things. It's like, try to learn the stuff that's gonna take a lot longer. But at the very least, you do know of a spell that you glanced over. You're going through the book. It is far above your spellcasting level, but it is something that piques your interest greatly, but is far beyond your skill to learn.
Peak.
But I will. You do know the name of it, and I will actually move it up to you. Soon as God, why do I have so many fucking folders?
I don't know the name yet, but all I can think of is I'm petting the word, and I'm like, later.
Well, you know the name of it. It's called Necrotic Enchantment.
Ooh.
Yeah, it has some interesting spell mechanics. It's very unorthodox for like regular spells that you know of.
Okay.
Yeah. Like this is not something you would learn in like a regular school.
Yeah.
For wizards. Let's see here. Right, and I was gonna do this whole thing where you went out to do grave digging, but you technically already did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this is the stuff that you guys were able to accomplish. I will tell you about what your companions have done.
Ooh.
Okay.
Right. So Sheena, she was basically like studying how to run a guild and business management, like with books that Lucy provided. Just, every day she comes home with like towers of books for everyone. It's like, oh man, everyone's just like staying home reading. Right, and I gotta roll. Oh god, I gotta roll for NPCs now. Jesus. Alright, what does she have
so
to roll?
much.
So yeah, so since she's just studying stuff, she has to roll an intelligence. Where intelligence? Oh gosh, she has no modifier either. Oh, well, that's not terrible, but not the best. She's getting the grasp of like running a business and all that. And she's like doing up like charts for like, okay, when the guild starts up, there's like different positions that you can work as. Like there's quest takers, there's like these smaller businesses that once they open up, like the tavern.
She needs
There's
to
also
talk
like
to the guild.
yeah, there's security jobs, there's like the tavern owner, tavern workers, hiring a bard, kitchen workers. Like we can also hire our own blacksmiths and craftsmen, stuff like that. We can even hire a merchant to work for us. Yeah, she points that out. It's like, guys, we can hire a merchant. Let's see. Yeah, so she only learns the basic stuff though, so she doesn't really get anything else but that. Right, and also, the thing that she hasn't had enough time to sit down and do. Every day, she takes some time to sit down and make some healing potions to keep the party and the guild stocked.
Nice.
Yeah,
Stock,
so she
baby.
spent 3 months making potions.
Oh boy, that's a fuck ton.
Well, that's only if she rolls good.
Fair point.
Because remember, the reason why, like, if you were doing only one thing for the
Mhm.
whole 3 months, I would have given you probably advantage. But since you're dividing up between multiple things each,
Yeah.
you would only roll normal for the whole length of time. Because I'm not doing like, oh, see, 3 months, that's 90 days, roll 90 different rolls. Not doing that. It's like, okay, you have a week, roll for the week. That's it.
Yeah.
If you roll good, then that whole week was good. Roll bad,
Yeah.
then the week was bad. Alright, so I gotta roll her herbalism kit. It's like, man, there's a lot of like smoke and smelly stuff coming from Sheena's room. Okay, she rolled not terrible, but ooh. So yeah, you go into like the sort of like the meeting room where like she's been doing like her studying and all that stuff, and you just go to see how she's doing, and she made over the course of the 3 months, she made 30 regular potions of healing.
Ooh.
Nice. That's equivalent to once a day, pretty much.
Once every 3 days.
Yeah.
3 months.
Oh, 3 months. My bad.
Yeah, so one every 3
I'm
days.
thinking month. Yeah. Sorry.
Originally we were gonna do the month, but so yeah, in the guild there's just 30 potions I'll have on Sheena's sheet, so we'll restock whenever. Also, you notice like a few times at night you'll see Sheena in the training yard just doing hours upon hours of practice punches with her dragon gauntlet. She is only punching with her left arm, which is her robot arm, and she has her right arm tied behind her back, and she has a blindfold on.
All I can think of is her screaming out in her head, "Dragon Fist."
Roll perception.
I want to roll for that too. Can I?
Yeah, yes. That's why I said it.
I got a 10. There you go, Lucky.
I got a rock. Kind, you're not paying too focused, or not too focused on it because you're doing like some other stuff as well. Contemplating your actions and stuff. Lucky though, you just like you're walking out to go about doing your own thing outside of the guild, minding your own business.
Yeah.
And then you just see in the training yard just her standing there doing just practice punches with a robot arm. You go out for a few hours, you come back, she's still there doing it. And I gotta roll. What is that to roll for? I gotta do 2 rolls for her. Okay. So what was it? It was okay. So that. Click. Goddammit. And then she has to do this because it's learning to use a fucking artificial arm. Okay, not terrible. Okay. A few times you just see her kind of just like on the ground, like having panic attacks. Like you just like come out and you just see her on the ground panting, and she's like shaking a whole bunch, but then she'll get back up, start punching again. Self-rehab is it's a difficult thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You also notice, like where she was punching, there's like marks where like strong wind was like separating the dirt in a straight
Can I
line.
say something to her?
She's blindfolded, she might freak out. It's like, where the fuck is that coming from?
I was just gonna say, don't destroy our new courtyard.
I'm not.
I know she's in the training field, but she's blindfolded, so.
Yeah. I was like, I
That's it.
won't, mysterious voice whose body I can't see. She has the blindfold on still. She's looking around, not realizing the blindfold's blocking her vision. I was like, okay. But yeah, there's like the dirt on the ground is just like separated in a line from where she was punching.
Good.
Yeah. Lucy, what she was doing was mostly providing books for everyone who was studying and teaching
Did she get an
giants.
athletics check?
Oh god, she's got to do a fucking performance check. No, that was just a passive thing that she's been doing for everyone else. Getting books for everyone. She also gives you, Lucky, for your own study on your own, a translation guide, so you can like study on your own time without her, in case she's not able to. Right?
I'll add that to my character sheet.
Yeah. Giant language translation guide.
Giant for dummies.
Giant for dummies. There you go. I was like, oh man, this book is perfect. I love it. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy's also
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna scratch out the dummies part and write Smarties.
I love it.
Lucy has also been studying the Fire King and the Dragon War in an attempt to find out anything else that she wasn't able to learn before. She has found out that there were many shrines devoted to the Fire King. Apparently, he was revered as something of a deity, but not a literal god, but people saw him as such.
They worshipped him as.
Yeah, they worshipped him.
Yeah.
And there's some historical records in Rune City over in the Sooth Kingdom about him, and Lucy would very much appreciate going there if you ever have to go there. It's like she wants to tag along.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, weren't you gonna do that thing with your friend as well,
Eh?
Brian?
Eh?
We haven't done the tower thing yet, but you were going to do the thing with your friend in the tower.
Oh, that'll be a thing that I'm just going over what you've done for training purposes over those 3 months.
Okay.
There's other. Still have to, during the 3 months, you've also explored the basement, which we will cover afterwards. I'm just going
Right.
through. Says 3 months is a lot of time to do a lot of stuff if you have time to focus strictly on it. So you got a lot of things accomplished. So yeah, so we'd appreciate if you took her with her, or took her with you when you go over, or if you go over. Lucy has also been trying to develop her power into something more deadly. She's been meditating and trying to squeeze something dormant out of her. I have to roll for her. I should open her character sheet first.
Quick question.
Yay?
Can I assist since I'm
No,
like an
because you would
entertaining
be
person?
more. No, because you would be focused on your own things. This is everyone's personal business that they've been doing.
Right.
So what was I had to roll for her? Yeah, I'm not just gonna hand your teammates just like, oh, they have automatically powerful shit. They gotta roll too. Sometimes you have companions that are. What is that? Yes, save and throw. Okay, see how this turns out. Ooh, did I not have her on? No, I didn't have her on GM. But yeah, no, she did not get what I needed her to get. Yeah, no. She was trying to tap into something, and you sometimes see her glowing, but she kind of just loses.
I can just imagine her looking frustrated afterwards.
Oh, yeah. More disappointed than anything. It's like she thought she had something, but she didn't have anything. Yeah, gotta go through Claire's. She's been sticking around at the guild here. She's interesting. So she doesn't go out training and doing that stuff. No. So Claire borrows Sheena's horse and wagon and decides to go out hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go catch some things. And roll, what is it?
With things.
Well, I'm gonna roll and see what she finds. Oh. Point where I have too many things open. Alright. Ooh. So, oh wait, I have to roll for her to fight them. Oh yeah. So yeah, she comes back like a couple weeks later. She's been gone for a while. She was kind of worried and was planning to go out, but then you hear like commotion in the streets, and people are like, "Oh my god, holy shit, that's awesome!" And then coming in through the main door is Claire. Her armor and outfit is demolished.
Yeah.
However, she is basically standing up, holding like the horse reins, and just like taking the Captain Morgan stance as she rides on top of this wagon. And on the wagon, well, it's actually being dragged by like the wagon and horse, wrapped up in like a tarp and like hogtied. Now, she's gonna need some new armor. Her flame sword that she got, because that was mentioned.
Yep.
At some point, her flame sword that she has from Peanut and Cayenne. She's holding it up high, Highlander style, and she is like covered in injuries and blood, but she has like an honest to God smile on her face. Guess what she's dragging back with her?
A dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
She brought back a young green dragon, fully intact, but dead. She brought back fully intact young green dragon. However, she didn't roll quite high enough to come back flawless. If she had nat 20s on everything, she would be like, she beat the shit out of the dragon, came back with it, just like all epic, holding her flame sword up in the air, but she's fucking fucked up real bad. She needs new equipment. Her sword is the only thing weaponized that's still usable. But she comes back, and she's just She looks like the proudest little girl ever. Yeah, and she didn't do any carves on it. She brought it back to the guild hall, and she decided, Lucky, you get first dibs.
Alright, I'm going to...
Not gonna ask her why. Why you of all people?
No.
He just
I'm
feels
going
he deserves
to
it.
pass on first dibs,
I will.
specifically because I want the whole dragon bones after they're done.
Well, I was gonna say, everyone, since we're at home and it's just in our courtyard for us to have, everyone who rolls survival gets advantage because you're at home base and you have better like equipment and stuff to carve and process the pieces that you need.
Whatever they don't want, I'll accept the whole body that's left over because I just want the bones.
You guys can have whatever you want, but I want the whole body. But
No, just the...
I know. I'm just.
They take what they want. Whatever's missing, I'll take the rest just for the bones, essentially.
Okay. So everyone can roll a survival to get some young green dragon parts. Sweet.
Holy
Jesus
fucking Christ. Well, I got a 23. God damn, Lucky.
Claire will go last. She kind of just wants to lay down on her face right now.
Oh my god!
Screw your advantage, DM.
Hey, the DM can be nice when he goddamn feels like it.
I know, but the funny thing is, he got a nat 20.
But hey, you got a full dragon, so you're all getting some shit. Right? Oh yeah, I gotta roll for red as well.
So what do you want, Kyan, while you're waiting?
Wait till I roll everyone first. And I can decide like the order of like, okay, who got highest to lowest type of thing. Oh. She didn't need the advantage, but goddamn, there was a nat 1 on the other side. What did I have for nat 1? Oh, now I remember. So I was going to do a new thing for just your companions, the ones that have joined you permanently. I will let you see their roles whenever they do stuff. But like NPCs in towns, just because they're your friends, you won't see their roles. Unless it's like you're contesting with them, you'll know like whether they beat you or not. Okay, so that was Lucy, Sheena, Red. Now Claire. Okay. Because it's annoying to like constantly explain it all for fucking too many characters at once. Alright, come on, Claire. You got good survival. 19. Same as kind.
But I got 23. Advantage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was looking at your other one. Yeah, so. Okay, so order of highest would obviously be Lucky, but he wants to go last, so he gets whatever's left over. So, see, the highest would be tied with Kyan and Sheena, but Kyan, you got a higher modifier, so you get slightly better, I'll say. So Kyan, what is it that you wanted from this dragon? You rolled high enough to just choose what you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to think more than anything though, because I don't know.
While you do that, I'm gonna get water. I'm thirsty.
All right.
Do me a favor, try and leave it the bones as intact as possible. Like take one if you need it, but like
yeah, I'm trying to go more for scale wise.
A bone dragon, you know, whole complete body. Yeah. I know it's not an actual thing, but he has his dreams.
Right, exactly. All right, let me think.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna try and take some of the.
Maybe you can get poison robes now.
Yeah, kind of what I was leaning more towards is like I want to see if I can get the webbing from the wings and a little bit of scaling, but not too much. I don't need a lot of scales for robes.
I was gonna say, if you want all webbing, I could say you can get 2 outfits worth of webbing.
Okay.
But if you want webbing and some of the scales, I would say you get 1 like equipment
hmm
or 1 outfit worth of each. So like, if you want scales and webbing, you get 1 outfit worth of webbing and 1 piece of equipment worth from the scales.
Yep, I'll do that.
All right.
I'll just write it in my thing here.
And there's a young green dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so Sheena. Oh god. Sheena will take. I don't know what Sheena really wants.
Maybe it's claw to make a fist.
Nah, she already has the dragon fist. Dragon fist.
I know, but she can turn her other hand with my help into a dragon fist.
She doesn't want to lose another arm. It's painful enough getting used to this one.
No, I think I just kind of morph it into it.
I'd say she would
Don't ask me how.
she'll probably go for a horn, maybe a claw. She's thinking about making like a short sword. I'm just gonna give her.
There
I don't know how to spell things. Dragon doesn't have an F in it.
we go.
Probably give her fangs. That roll, she got probably a few. Alright, so Sheena was just going for 1%. I gotta take my hoodie off, I'm sweating. All sweaty. There we go. Okay, who got the highest after that? So it was kind. And then it would be red. So red, I would say she's gonna go for. I'd say she's gonna go for the tailbones from like the ass through the tail, because I have something planned for her. Okay. She got the tailbone, but she left the scales and stuff like that. She just wanted the bone specifically. She's gonna make something. Okay, who's next? Lucy got the lowest, so it would be Claire next. Claire's probably gonna take like some claws and talons. Whatever we don't carve off will just be like slowly carved off over time, just put into like guild storage for like materials for whatever stuff we need.
Yeah.
So like it's not going to waste. That's why she brought it back. And Lucy didn't really get much of anything. She got an 11. Lucy will take an eyeball.
Ooh, yummy.
Ooh.
Young green dragon eyeball. There. Right, and so the rest of it just gets put into like guild storage for whatever stuff we'll need later.
I thought Lucky got it.
Oh yeah, Lucky, what is it that you wanted to get?
The whole skeleton, whatever was left of whatever.
So specifically the bones is what you wanted?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, with the exception of the tail, because Red got the tail, you have this tailless dragon skeleton. Then there's just like a shit ton of like meat and stuff like that.
That can just all go with the guild and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
stay-
Whatever you guys don't take is just gonna go into guild storage.
Might
This,
as well
didn't it
take
be
the
like your,
heart.
this is just your personal stuff that you can use for your own personal projects. So you get the skeleton. Yeah, with the nat 20. Yeah. So, Kyan, you only wanted the wing webbings, right?
The webbing and the wing webbing and the
Scales.
scale.
Yeah. So you got that. Lucky, you got with that nat 20. You got, after everyone picked through it, it was easy to like carve off the rest of the scales and meat and stuff like that. So yeah, you got your skeleton. It has no tail.
Yeah.
You could take the red dragon skull and put it on the ass of this one as its tail. So you have this
Yo, how did-
you have this scary ass monster. It's like it's got an ass head.
Or we could try and
And they're
make
both
it into
young
a...
dragons, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one's a green
Yep.
and one's a red.
Yeah, but they're
I
both
know.
young.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
You gonna put the head on the ass.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Right, so that'll be in the guild somewhere. That'll be for a later time.
No, I'm gonna bury it in the courtyard. I'm gonna start right now.
Sheena will point out, yeah, you're not burying that in the courtyard.
But it'll be a self-defense system later on.
Yeah, later. How about when you can actually do it? Right now, you're not burying that in my courtyard.
But
No
I look
buts.
over to Cayenne. I'm like, help me out here, man.
I shake my head. I'm like, no, I'm on her side.
It's like,
But-
we literally just got this place fucking fixed. Again, we're not ripping up the ground so you can bury bones like a dog.
I'm like,
I look
excuse me,
over
like
to
a
Cayenne
dog?
again. I'm like, help me out here, man.
I'm gonna be like, what do you mean, like a dog?
Anyway, and during the... Okay, and I'll do Red's afterwards because hers happens at near the later point. During the 3 months, though, you're able to go into the tower and explore what hasn't been explored.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
And where is... Okay. See, Wizard's Tower. The main room is actually just like a bunch of like... They're not like big rooms, they're like small rooms and hallways and stairs going up and down. Right? So do you want to go up or down?
I'm sure Cayenne wants to go down.
Down!
Okay, we're going down. And boop. There's a whole nother section underneath the guild.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Wait. Cayenne?
Nope.
Cayenne?
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Go back and stop Red before she enters here because of that and motion and that.
You don't know what's in there.
I know, but I'm assuming, so I'm telling him
Well,
to go back.
When you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me, but mostly you.
So I'm gonna be like, nah, yeah, whatever.
All right. So you come down here, and there is a whole bunch of extra space underneath the Wizard's Tower. There's additional space that we never knew we had.
Ooh.
Several rooms are available here, and this can increase the amount of people we can have work here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Though everything is workspaces only, but the workers, everything down here is not like living spaces, it's just like working zones. But the workers, when they're like going over with Sheen after they finished, they assumed this was part of the work order and fixed it anyway. So it was put in with the additional, or with the original costs for everything. Right. Yeah. So this place is fixed, cleaned, and furnished. Cash paid. The walls and ceilings are all made out of a brown cobblestone. Floors are made of polished bricks. There is 2 small storerooms first thing when you walk in, and there's just it's empty storage. It's just empty crates, barrels, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing in here was filled with content. It was just the ability to put content into it.
Alright.
All right, and Sheena's like, "Oh my God, we could do more things." Sheena just looked happy. She got more than what she paid for, than what we paid for.
Excellent.
So yeah, there's 2 rooms for when you walk in. Then there is a main hallway with 2 rooms. There's a blue curtain that leads into a hallway. I write things in a weird order. I should say, oh, there's a blue curtain. No, I write that after.
Okay.
Can you guys see, or okay?
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my God, where do I go first?" She's looking around like a panting dog.
Still.
So which way do you want to go first? Up, left, or right?
Left it is.
Alright, it is.
She was like, "Up it is."
Yeah.
All right, so I will just have you do each individuals if you want. Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Yeah, and non-kind.
That looks like a lounge room.
It may very well be. Just let me get this.
Ah.
Alright, so first things first. On the left is a personal study room. It comes with a couch, coffee table, a desk with a mirror, and a long desk for working on mapping and planning or anything requiring a large table space to work on.
Cool.
Ooh.
Just gonna shrink this script thing down so I can look at it better. Okay, on the room on the right is an alchemist lab.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it comes with the equipment needed for an alchemist, a work table and a desk and many cupboards along the south of the room for storing materials and stocks of potions and such.
Very nice.
She's like, "Oh my God, we can have more things and people."
Ooh.
Okay, and then up here.
Hey, we can charge people for a quiet place to study.
I mean, technically, unless you don't want people like, unless you don't want people like in your personal business, like in the actual guild hall. But
Yeah.
I guess in the end, that's technically up to Sheena because she owns the place. She would be the one that has to hire if like other people are being hired. All right, so up in the further in, there's a further down the hall is a 6-way intersection.
Ooh.
Like she was like, "Oh God, how many fucking places are here? Holy shit! It's like an amusement park." There's doors at every hallway. All right, which way? Who's going where?
I went left again.
Okay.
Right?
Guys can never agree. You're like Goku and Vegeta. Just imagine if you worked together and fused.
Right?
You could defeat New Broly.
Right.
On that side, here. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, alright. So, Lucky, on your side, there is a small fight pit where you can have sparring matches with your guildmates or have betting matches against each other. The pit room has a wooden door, and inside is a black fight pit made out of soot and dirt smeared around in a circle to mark the ring.
Underground Fight Club.
Oh my gosh, first rule of Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Second rule of Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Third rule of Fight Club.
Refer back to rule 1 and 2.
Anyway, let's see here. Did I not write that down properly? Or...
I'm gonna go on a limb, Kyle, and say you
there we go.
watch Fight Club.
Maybe.
Anyway, Kyan, what you're looking at is something that immediately gives you an erection.
Ooh.
Alright, this is an arcane forge. Yeah, this is a way better setup for a blacksmith or a wizard if you want better magical weapons and armor. In fact, an artificer would be the best choice to work here. An artificer can make your already strong equipment even better. Having someone work on basic equipment upstairs in a normal forge, while an artificer improves what the guild can produce, then a merchant can sell any surplus.
Alright, calm down. My dick can only get so hard.
It's like you close the door,
I take a moment.
you take a few, it's like, you just hear lots of animal noises. The door is like shaking a whole bunch. It's like Sheena goes into the room. It's like, why is the floor sticky?
Oh.
It's like, why is there mayonnaise all over the wall?
That's a weird design, man. I don't know. We should ask whoever made this.
It's Arcane Forge, but let's see. Oh, I am reading the wrong thing. Of course, you would need a very high supply of materials to keep this operation running, though.
Mhm.
If you want to like stay in constant production.
Are mine?
Yeah, you would need a team to excavate it.
Yeah.
Like fully excavate it. All right, so that room there, Lucky. It's almost as if this place was set up specifically for a bunch of certain things. That room, this room just above the fight pit is a place for a potential merchant to work. This is a merchant.
Ooh.
This can allow you to have your own personal merchant running their business here. They can sell things to other people that can bring in more income for the guild. It's set up to be accommodating for all types of goods, so basically like universal items, right? Magic items, potions, weapons, armor, general goods. They can also be a fence for things you want to pawn off without having to do it yourself, so you don't have to go to a pawn shop. But you would need someone to work here, and they would probably take like a commission or something. It's like, oh, this diamond you find, I could sell it for 500 at this one buyer, but I'll need like a cut for doing the contact.
That's perfectly fine.
It's like, I require a 99% cut. It's like, well, we'll be in touch. We'll go through our other options first.
Yeah.
Call it mark. Sheena's just marking that one furiously off the list.
Mhm.
All right, don't hire Tabaxi. Oh God, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, let's see. Prices. Prices you might get depend on the merchant, and yes, if guild members want something here, then they have to pay as well, because it is a business run. The business is owned by the guild, however, well, I guess the guild would be like a sponsor or something like that. The guild,
We get a share of the overall profit.
Basically, how McDonald's and Walmart works is what we're looking at.
Don't steal your own product.
It's like, I stole this from the store, but that was your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad, huh? The let's see, pay as well. Though the merchant works for the guild, it is still a standalone business.
I hear somebody creaming their pants right now.
It's like somewhere in a brothel. There's someone splooging. Alright, so do you want to go left or up? Hello?
What?
Do you want to go left or up?
Left? What do you mean?
Left?
You mean right?
Right, sorry, I can't English.
Yeah, no, I'm going right.
Okay. So this room is interesting. So that room, to the top right, has a room. The top right room has a large hole in the wall. Must be a spot they missed, or perhaps the initial cost wasn't enough. She was like, damn, city workers, pay by the hour, not for getting the job done.
I'm gonna look at the hole.
Yeah. Well, it seems the hole goes down further underneath the guild. There's a cavern tunnel that goes down. You can't even see at the bottom from where you're standing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ropes.
Oh no, it's a walkway tunnel. Like it's going downwards, like a slope basically. There's still another room that Sheena wants to go in and see this. This room, the north room in the intersection, is a council room for the guild master and any guests from other guilds or political powers that wish to have dealings with our guild.
Ooh.
It's Sheena's boss room.
Ooh.
And each other room is like the mini bosses. So this is literally the business end of the guild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our business is underground.
It fits.
All right, and yeah, so here Sheena's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, when we do, it's already paid and set up. It's like we just need to get business license and then hire people. We're gonna need money built up before we can start hiring everyone we need, because that'll be like a shit ton of money every month to pay out. But yeah, there is a big old cave tunnel. You want to go down that spooky old cave tunnel?
Yes.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's see here.
Ben, you need to do your lighty thing because I don't see in the.
I'm gonna put a light up. I'm gonna put it on top of his head.
It wouldn't be on top of my head. It'd be on top of my hat.
Perfect.
It's inside your hat and it's glowing outwards. He is now a lantern. Lucky lantern. Anyway, cavern tunnel goes down a few hundred feet, but at the end, there is a door. In a very, very tight, little, like, space where everyone's cramped into on the bottom.
Ooh.
So yeah, it gets really, really compact down here.
Ooh.
Sheena's like looking at this door. It's like, this door is preventing me from seeing the rest of my guild. Damn you, door! The door is unlocked.
I'm gonna be like, open it!
Just opening. Inside is a weird room.
Yeah.
Everyone just comes on in.
Okay.
There's a room. It has 6.
Ah.
Wow, everyone just went to the same fucking spot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, doors unlock, and within is a room with 6 statues surrounding it, and a pedestal in the center.
And go to the other statue.
Eh.
Get right on up in that statue. It's like, oh, see, there was this room earlier, and I should show you the room. You just start caressing the statue's face. So the statues. So there are 6 statues. 2. Let's see. There are 2 Silver Knight statues at the bottom. There are 2 Paladin statues on the sides. And then there are 2 Angel statues on the top. And then
All Lucky's thinking is, I'm going to corrupt you.
I mean, they're just like marble statues.
I know, but
But
him, right?
yeah, there's also another door right between the 2 Angel statues. That one seems to be locked.
Interesting.
Hey,
Can I try
Kyle?
and use my thieves' tools?
You can go ahead. Thieves' tools don't work on magic. Unless you had the magical thieves' tools.
No.
Which you do not. So yeah, this door is sealed with magic. Strong magic. Like everyone down here is a magic user. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh yeah. Everyone can feel this. Like you barely even need to really roll. This door alone has it looks like a normal, like, big, heavy stone door that slides down, but there's, like, a magical ward across it. And this is, like, some old-ass magic. Like, ridiculously old.
With that would I recognize what kind of school of magic it would be?
You don't know what school of magic it would be. You only know that it is really fucking old. Like, this ward that's over the door has been in place for God knows how many centuries, maybe more. This is like some ancient garbage. What do you want to do in the room?
Kyan,
What?
you owe me a favor. Attack it.
Attack what? Why do I owe you a favor?
The door. The ward.
And why do I owe you a favor?
Because.
That's a lie. I'm not gonna do it.
You're gonna attack the door?
No!
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were gonna do it.
That's what I heard.
I'm eating some penguin crackers. I'm hungry. Okay, so what do you want to do in this room? 6 statues, a magical sealed door, a pedestal.
I'm gonna stand on the pedestal.
Oh, okay. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna sit on the pedestal.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna copy him.
I'm gonna stay on the pedestal.
3 hours later, nothing happens.
I'm gonna investigate the angel statue.
Alright, finally, an investigation check.
Not bad at that kind of shit, so...
Lucky's supposed to be good at that kind of shit.
Well, then fine. I'm gonna investigate
Well, if it was
Paladin.
if it was with advantage, I would have gotten a good one.
Kind, without a modifier, you got what you need.
Excellent.
Alright. You don't know enough about this place's history. Plus, no one really seems to know about this place's history because no one could get down this deep. because you are like really far underneath the city at this point. You notice that the pedestal and the statues probably have some sort of connection. The statues themselves also seem to have like a sort of pivot to it, where it spins in place.
I'm going to turn
The
it.
pedestal has, I'm just reading here, 3 layers to it.
Huh.
I can see that.
Let's see. Yeah, what do you want to do with this knowledge?
I'm gonna try and turn stuff.
There's a top layer, a middle layer, and a bottom layer
We're gonna
of the pedestal.
do the top layer.
Top layer? Okay, that one doesn't take much effort because he's kind of small. So yeah, you move that, and let's see. What does that do again? So the top one makes the 2 angel statues on top move in random directions. Like spin around in random directions.
Okay. I'm gonna turn the middle one.
That will take a small athletics check because these are like
E.
big. Oh yeah, you're fine. I would say if you have trouble, everyone can help. Red can just use her. Red and what's her name? Claire can just use their Herculean strength. But yeah, you move the middle one, and that causes the 2 paladin statues to move in random directions.
Gotcha. I'm gonna turn the last one.
Right, that'll be a little bit harder athletics check.
Eh.
Boy,
I'm gonna be like, Red!
it's like, Red!
Do the thing. That's better.
Yeah. She's it's like she's pushing against him real hard. It's like, okay, come on, it's just like Conan the Barbarian. Pushes them, and the 2 bottom statues rotate in different directions.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Suggestion.
each layer seems to rotate. Like the top moves the 2 top statues. The middle layer moves the 2 like middle statues, and the bottom moves the 2 bottom statues.
I have 2 suggestions. One, either face all the statues towards the door or towards the pedestal in the middle.
I'm gonna do my best to figure out a pattern so that I can have it so they face all of them face the pedestal.
Okay, I will say this. Since there's 6 of us, everyone do an athletics check.
Achoo!
Can I go with that advantage?
Everyone's going to roll normal for this because they're basically
Yeah.
taking turns seeing
Yeah.
what different combinations. Oh god, come on, let me see. And then Sheena. Oh, she gets to do her ability to re-roll. Never mind.
Oh boy.
It's like, well, that was a once a day ability well spent.
Yay.
Damn it, Sheena. She's too excited. Alright, Claire just rips the thing off. No. Okay, well, with that, everyone's rotating like different layers, seeing which ones. After you turn like one layer so many ways, both statues will either go back to facing the way that they were facing before, because they all started facing like inwards towards you, but that seems to have done nothing. But eventually, they keep moving in random directions each time. But eventually, after so many rotations, the 2 statues for a layer will face away from the pedestal.
We shall make them face away from the pedestal then.
Okay, so with all those combined athletics checks, you continue to do that, and they all face away. let's see.
Do I hear Kachunka?
Yeah, everyone's just like the two stronger ladies are pushing the bottom ones. You and Lucky and Lucy are like pushing the middle one, the top one, while Kyan and Sheena, Christ, I can't remember names, are pushing the middle ones or top ones or whatever.
The things.
Two people per layer, basically. So yeah, eventually keep on turning until all of them are facing all facing towards the wall, basically. And yeah, the pedestal recedes into the ground, becoming flat with the ground, and the ward on the thingy removes, but the door's still closed.
Yeah.
But the ward is gone. However, on the backs of each statue, a small compartment opens up.
Ooh.
You're all standing by a statue.
I'm going to open up or look inside the compartment.
Yeah.
Alright.
Same.
Alright, so Kyan. Let's see here. What do you find? Kyan, what you find is a dismantled but not damaged set of studded leather armor with a very glamorous design to it.
Huh.
Yeah. Do you want to investigate or arcana or
I'm going to
caress it violently? Just
I'm going to inspectimagate that motherfucker.
inspectimagate? That's a word.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's that one.
It is now.
All right. This is a very unique armor. It is magical, though.
Yeah.
You can tell that. You would have to arcana to know what the magical effect is.
I'm going to arcana its whole. No, I'm not.
You holding out your dismantled armor is like, can somebody look at this? I can't look at this.
I can't
I'll
tell
do
if it's magical or not. Help.
Arcana. Oh, there you go. All right. It's a glamorous studded leather armor. This studded leather armor is glamored. You find a glamored studded leather armor.
Uh-huh.
And what that is...
Is...
Wearing this armor, you gain +1 to AC. You can also bonus action to speak the armor's command word and cause the armor to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. You decide what it looks like, including color, style, and accessories, but the armor retains its normal bulk and weight. The illusionary appearance lasts until you use this property again or remove the armor.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's a +1 leather, the studded leather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that will... Here, you can keep that for yourself. Mm-hmm. You have magic, so now you have a magical leather armor. That's a +1.
Ah.
Alright, lucky to what you find.
What do I find?
Alright, I gotta read here. Ooh, yeah, so you find something that you've been complaining about for a long time. You find some magical tome.
Ooh.
Roll an arcana to know exactly what kind of magical tome this is. Ooh. This is a tome of clear thought.
Hmm.
Alright. Tome of Clear Thought. This book contains memory and logic exercises, and its words are charged with magic. If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your intelligence score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score.
Wow.
The manual then loses its magic but regains it in a century.
A century?
Yep, so basically once you use it, you have to wait a whole century before it regains its magic.
Huh. Kine could
But-
use the hell out of that.
Yeah, but it's Lucky's fine.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
I'd
So
be
basically-
smart.
so... Oh yeah, Kyan can use that over the course of 1,000 fucking years.
Yeah.
But, this is Lucky's book. Lucky's holding it like, finally, power! Power!
It's all mine.
Basically, once you can use this, I will have a roll for you afterwards, but you study it over the course of 6 days or fewer, 48 hours over the course of 6 days. Right? Simply, you basically put your focus onto that. I will have you do a roll, however. So basically, your cap for intelligence increases by 2, so your cap can become 22. And your current score also increases by 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your current and maximum increases by 2. But once you've like finished doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So guess what everyone else found? Oh boy, they find some goofy items. So you look over at Lucy, and she seems way taller for some reason. Real perception. Lucky. Lucy's flying on a broomstick. She found a broom of flying. She's just
Nice
sitting,
broomstick.
she's
Look,
just
you're-
side saddling
Lucy.
on this broom. She's like, oh my god, I can be a witch.
Nice broom.
She's an evil witch. Let's see. Sheena finds a ring with a weird polymerized metallic look. She's looking at this like she's looking at the one ring. And it's whispering to her. She slowly is like trance putting it on her finger.
Can I
She puts it on.
help her with an arcana
She has-
before she puts it on?
You can roll Arcana, but she seems to be in a bit of a trance with this thing.
Guys, Sheena seems to be in trouble.
That was red, wasn't it?
No, Sheena's the one that has the ring.
Oh, okay.
Arcana? Oh boy.
I was too upset with her being in a trance to understand.
Sure, you were upset. Let's see, can Red figure it out? Red's like, don't worry, just watch. Matter of fact, you probably want to step back a bit. She moves over to the corner here.
I'm gonna hide behind Kyan.
That's the go-to, you know.
Sheena steps forward and something happens to her. Oh yeah, the ground is actually like... So she thinks about something, and then she turns into it.
Mm.
Dragon.
She turns into a giant ape.
Goku!
Pretty much she just went Uzaru. Yeah, huge beast. Technically she'd be a little bit bigger than this, but she can only... She's like hunching over. It's like... She found a ring of polymorph.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She's looking down. She's like... She can't speak common.
Gotcha.
Do I have a random banana on me? God, I wish I was a Kendra right now.
But the moment she transformed, it turns back. It's like, oh, why did it turn off? It's like, well, you probably turned into something you can't handle the form of quite yet. That's why it deactivated. Aw, but I wanted to be a giant monkey. I felt so strong.
But you didn't speak English.
Yeah,
Common.
which is English.
Like explaining that to her.
Oh, excuse me.
Hello.
All right, so Claire, she finds. Excuse me. So yeah, Lucy's broom though has a pair of like wing emblems on it.
Yeah.
Like right where the brush of the broom is, there's like some like little emblem that looks like a pair of wings wrapping around it. It's a broom of flying, right? Let's see. Claire finds herself a folded up cloak with a spider symbol on it.
Mm.
Very nice. It looks good on her.
Oh, she's like holding it. It's like she's holding it like a towel. It's like, so what do I do with this? What is this?
I'll help her with her Arcana.
No, you're not.
Kyne's like, that looks familiar. No, it doesn't.
Red's gonna see if she can. Jesus Christ. Red's like, man, being sober, I'm remembering things. I don't know. But I don't remember if that's a good thing or not. But that right there, Claire, is she's just eating food. Cloak of Arachnida. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. This fine garment is made of black silk interwoven with faint silvery threads. While wearing it, you gain the following benefits. You have resistance to poison. You have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. You can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. Can't be caught in webs of any sort and can move through webs as if they were difficult terrain. You can use an action to cast the web spell, DC 13. It's a set DC for it. The web created by the spell fills twice its normal area. Once used, this property of the cloak can't be used until the next dawn. And it is... what's the rarity on it?
Ouch.
Just a wondrous item, shoulders. Doesn't have a rarity on it. It just says standard. But yeah, she got herself a spider cloak, basically.
That's ironic.
Oh, because where you found her?
Yeah.
Red finds something, is like, she finds a pair of bracers with an arrow emblem on them.
Mm.
What's
looking
her
at them. See if Brett can figure this out. Man, she's on a roll. Shows all the magic. This is these are bracers of archery. While wearing these bracers, you have proficiency with the longbow and shortbow, and you gain +2 bonus to damage rolls on ranged attacks made with such weapons. It's not really, range weapon range. It's like, Sheena. Like, okay. She hands it to Sheena. Sheena gives Red the ring. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm like thinking.
I was like, here, you can make better use out of this. Red's like, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Alright. And the ward is open, so you can go further in.
Door! Kyle will run over to it. With Lucky.
Okay. So first off, alright. Past the door is a hallway leading into a big square hole, or leading into a room with a big square hole. But on the left and right side of this room. Oh, sorry, reading the wrong one. The room to the left of where the door had first opened leads to a. Room on the left leads to a door. Leads to a large rectangular pedestal with a recess for what looks like a sword or a lever or something, but not a small one. Like it looks wide. Great sword or something could probably be shoved in there.
Do you guys still have that flaming sword?
No.
Oh, no, we sold it.
No, we sold it.
Red takes.
Red has a great sword.
Yeah, she takes that out and kind of just like crams it in there.
Cram it.
She just slams it in there and nothing happens. Kind of jiggles it around a bit.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Try lifting it up slightly and then turning it up and down.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not creepy at all.
Okay. Past the door is a hallway leading into a room with a big square hole. On the left and right side of the room is a plain wooden table. The left one has nothing on it, but a large bright yellow feather is on the ground by it. The right side has dried blood stains and marks as if something heavy was chopping whatever made the blood stains. The north of the room is a door with a dead cat.
Oh boy.
That has rotted away pretty badly. It's literally just a fucking skeleton at this point, but there's some grossness still. Yeah, it's pretty badly on the ground in front of it. The floor in front of the door has sideways checkered pattern on it, and a dark pink glow in the center. Yeah, there's a big old hole in the center there, and that seems to be bottomless. I'm
gonna investigate the cat.
Okay, it's a dead cat.
How did it die? Can I tell? That's what I'm trying to...
That would be a medicine.
I want to know if it had a meal before it died.
It looks like it was left here and just died of starvation. It's pretty much dead and rotted away at this point.
That's just
Can I tell if it has a soul?
Do cats have souls?
They got 9 lives, they gotta have a soul somewhere.
Well, it probably burned through all 9 of its lives staying down here. It's rotted away to just a gooey, little bit of gooiness left to it. But it's mostly bone.
A little bit of schlop.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to resurrect it right here and now.
You can cast Animate Dead on it.
Yeah, but would Sheena get mad at me?
Do you remember the talk that you two had outside the old house?
Yes.
And what do you remember about her saying about the necromancy?
As long as it wasn't, like, against someone else's will kind of thing.
So in other words, if you're just resurrecting a dead cat corpse, I don't think she'll have a problem.
Meow.
I'm casting it.
Okay. First time you've ever cast this spell. Oh god, it's a long one. How about Alright, enemy dead. It takes a minute for you to cast it. Pile of bones or a corpse of a medium or small humanoid. Oh, it has to be a humanoid.
It's a cat. No.
No. Cats are bipedals with tails. It makes me wonder, would it work on Tabaxi?
Yeah, because it's still got that.
It's still technically a humanoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just got cat traits. But this is a cat, like a normal cat.
Meow.
I believe there's another spell that's basically for non-humanoids. That's the same thing. Can't remember what it was.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure there's something similar to it. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, we gotta look that up because I still make bone dragons.
Yeah, I'll look that up later on once I finish putting in all the stuff that we just got.
Yeah.
So yeah, Red's over there trying to like fucking jury rig this hole with a sword. Nothing's happening. You hear her grunting. Fucking. It's not working.
I'm gonna investigate the feather.
You're gonna pick up the feather?
I'm gonna investigate it.
Oh, investigate? Okay. Oh, fuck. You don't remember hearing about these things, but you remember that there's Asmar, and then there's true Asmars, who have the actual feathered angel-like wings. So there's Asmar that have...
I'm gonna...
Well, hold on. There's Asmar that just had, like, the celestial power transferred into them, so they have the Asmar's abilities, and it takes over their normal racial traits. But then there's, like, true-born Asmar straight out of celestial realms. That's a feather from a true Asmar.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Okay. And,
Do I know if this thing's still connected to the true Asmar in some way?
well, you found this here down here. You also found a dead cat for some reason. Right, there's a bottomless pit, or seemingly bottomless pit. There's also another table with chop marks and bloodstains all over it, but the bloodstains are all dried up. What do you want to do?
Something tells me that somebody chopped up the true Asmar and dumped it down that hole. And it's a prison.
That or a dumping pit. What better way to get rid of a dead body? A bottomless pit.
Hey, Kyan.
Yeah.
I want you to look right at me, because I don't know if you'll notice this or not, but I've got a joking face. I'm like, go ahead down. Did she actually?
So what Claire just did, she ran up into the hole with her cloak on. She went bonsai and jumped into the hole.
With her cloak. Oh, it sounds about right.
She just, when she realized what it can do, it's like, yeah. You hear like screeching marks as she's like grinding against the walls.
Kyan, cast your fairy fire on me. I'm gonna do the same.
I don't have fairy fire. I have dancing lights.
That's it.
I'll just put on his hat.
And I follow her down with my web spell.
You mean your spider climb?
Or my, yeah.
Like, yeah, she's down there. Just cover the top. But wait, she can just go through it now. So yeah, she's down there pretty far. But yeah, she's kind of just like hand placed against the wall, and she's not like grabbing anything. She's just touching it, and she's able to like stick to the wall. She's Spider Girl.
And a spider halfling.
I was like, oh my god, I can fight so much crime this way. Which is another thing I forgot. She, one of the things that she was doing, I forgot to read out. Claire decided to take the fight to the criminal underground. She has been going out in the middle of the night to fight crime.
Oh shit.
She's a vigilante.
Also a fucking psychopath. All right. Oh boy, she did not roll
So
very
is
well.
Batman. We don't take her.
She's not a Batman. Oh, let's see. She does not do this covert. I will say this, but she does fight criminals. Oh boy. So, she's the only one that got a nat 20 on the training thing. Okay, so she comes back. So, she went out to fight crime and all that, and she meets Abaddon alive. That elf dude that we fought in the cultist, he's alive.
No.
But, however, she beats the ever-living shit out of him, beheads him, puts his head on a pike, then brings his head to the paladins.
Ooh.
Bane, she tells the story, it's like, Bane gave me a hug.
Eh.
And 3,000 gold.
Damn.
That was a digit less than what it was going to be. Right? And Claire's like, I'm going to use this to buy things for everyone.
Things.
Yeah. Are we still down in the hole?
Yeah, we're back now. Time scale back to the hole. So yeah, we're down in the hole. So she basically tells you about it. It's like, yeah, so remember when I fought crime? This would have been so much better. Yeah. So yeah, there's no bottom to this hole. Like she went down quite a ways from the jump, and you heard like screech marks from her, like hands and feet grinding against the wall. And,
We need to grab like 600 things of rope.
She's looking down. She's like, I don't think the amount of rope will matter. There's something weird about this hole. Yes, it's almost as if you could say, wrong hole. It's a wrong hole.
Can I cast Arcana on it?
Mm-hmm.
To check for Arcana?
Man, you're not doing the magic today. Oh god, we're -1. Never mind. Yeah, no, the hole goes on forever.
Can I be like, what you guys doing?
I look at Claire.
You hear
and I
echoing
put
through
my
the
finger. Aw, I was gonna say.
Kind
I
you
look
hear
at
wrong
Claire,
hole.
Okay.
but yeah, it's too late. But I was gonna go, looking at Claire, and I put my finger to my lips and keep quiet.
No, she outright said wrong hole.
Okay.
So she comes back. I
I
was like,
think
yeah,
she-
that goes on forever.
I think she means it feels like the hole is wrong somehow, and I took the Asmar feather.
So yeah, that the door
Or just
there.
True Asmar feather.
True Asmar feather, yep. So the door of the dead cat, that seems to be magically sealed as well. So, Claire, get off the hole. It's dangerous there. Move away from the edge. But I want to play. So what do you guys want to do?
Look at the pedestal for the door. For the thing.
There's no pedestal.
Oh. Alright, look at the door thing.
Alright. The door has a sideways checkered pattern on it and a dark pink glow in the center.
What are we gonna do about it, guys?
I don't know, but Kyne's falling asleep here.
You remember, this is also in your basement. You can come here like literally any other time.
Hmm.
So it's not like a dungeon on the far end of the fucking world where it's like, we're here now. We gotta do what we can now because we're not coming back. We live here.
Yeah.
I will say just roll an investigation or arcana on the room in general to find out whatever you can.
Alright. And I exited my thing, my character sheet by accident. Hold on.
Kyne's mirroring me right now. I'm kind of tired.
There's like kind of murder, chase things.
Arcana, right?
Sharp. Oh, there you go. What do we keep? There, I got 12 goddamn pages open. Alright. The pit is seemingly bottomless. Even the full-time spider climb and the cloak doesn't seem to get you to the bottom or anywhere near it. After messing around with the puzzle and doing some checks on things, you realize you don't have things you need to solve this puzzle. Nor do you know the things that are needed. But that feather seems to be connected.
And a dead cat.
Well, you don't know if that's connected or not, but there is a dead cat here. You can always come back anytime once you have more information and items that you feel might be usable.
Alright. Can we cut it here tonight?
Yep.
We.
Oh, actually, one last thing does happen. So after leaving the basement and like resting and trying to figure out stuff and going back about your business training and studying, that night during the 3-month time skip, when everyone was having nightmares, Red was also having nightmares.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Only Red though, not everyone else.
Just
Right.
us three?
Yep. Red starts having nightmares after. Well, you remember when she got hit by that bolt of lightning and she kind of got like a new thing. It almost killed her. It did something to her.
It gave
Something
her
that
a new
she did.
fetish.
Well, maybe besides that. Sheena is like, she's knocking on her door one morning looking for Red because like she hasn't left her room. Knocking on the door, no answer. She opens up and goes inside. Red's not home, but there is a note. There's no hanged bodies, don't worry. But there's a note on her bed. It's addressed to everyone. Sheena brings it down and gathers everyone into the tavern.
Okay.
So I found this note in Red's room. Hadn't seen her for a while. I thought she was just in her room. I looked a little bit into it. Don't know how to put this. So she reads it out. I need to leave and figure out some things on my own. I don't know if or when I'll be back, but this is something I need to do alone. She doesn't say where she's going, and the note is, yeah, it's left in her room. Everyone was so busy with their stuff, I didn't want to burden you all with my problems. But these nightmares that I've been having, they're becoming too real. So, Red has left the party for an unspecified period of time.
Gotcha.
Lucky is freaking out.
And that's all of the things I think that we cover. Yeah, so 3 months go by. And you have all done many of the things you wanted to do. Some of you gained strength that you couldn't obtain alone, or knowledge from those who wanted to teach. Also, Lucky, roll an intelligence check as you're studying that new book.
Alright.
Add that in.
Also, what about my fights?
Your fights, we'll do that at the start of the next session.
Cool.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna have to study that a little bit longer.
Alright.
It's a bit complicated. It's powerful,
Just do it.
mind-enhancing magic. So
My
also,
brain hurts.
so as the whole guild hall is completely restored. Oh, that was a different thing. Yeah, so guild hall is completely restored, and the wizard tower as well. All the furniture is high quality stuff, and the storage room is full of boxes and crates and chests with locks on them.
Ooh.
Sheena has keys to the guild storage, but you all have your own personal storage spaces in your room, and you have your magical no one can get in here test.
Pandora's box.
Yes, Pandora's box, where you hide all of your fucking illegal magical shit.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see. You get these 2 magical treasure chest piece, legendary rune stones, a bunch of regular rune stones. We got cocaine. We should just sprinkle the cocaine all over the rune stones, see what happens.
Yeah.
And sometime after Red has left, look in Drizel's sheet. Well, I mean, you can read it. It's a bit long. But this is what Drizel was doing.
Which part of the sheet?
There should be a thing saying Drizel's solo work.
Starting. Oh, here it is.
Yep. It's a bit long.
Oh!
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this is him alone. So.
I'm going to read that another day.
Yeah, but basically, after Red has left, Drizeld comes to the guild finally.
Ooh.
Basically, it's a swap out.
Gotcha. Excellent.
But we'll do that when it's good for everyone else.
Tomorrow?
Also, we have to sit down and do Sturm's thing sometime.
Really. We'll get to that at some point. It doesn't have too much to go through. But he's 10 years in the past.
Wasn't it 5 years?
Nope, 10.
Okay.
Close out all these tens of thousands of character sheets. Oh god, I gotta set up everyone's things. So Red left with all of her stuff and that ring of polymorph.
Gotcha.
Well, she's
Stressing me out.
damn it, girl, you're freaking me out here. And yeah. So how did you feel about the dream sequence things that I gave you?
I'm very confused. That's got to tie in with the werewolf thing, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
you'll find out once chapter 4 starts. I want to get through this stuff first.
I wanted us, me and Kyan, both to go searching for the mainly to alleviate him, and secondarily to see if I could take body if it was dead.
Well, in yours, Lucky, you heard paladins moving in to go search and investigate.
Yeah.
And where you heard a scream.
Yeah.
And you kind of left the scene because you were in too much of a
Panic?
what did that and whatever state you were in at that point. So you kind of just ran, leaving the scene. So, Lucky, those paladins and other law enforcement probably have already found that.
Alright, never mind.
In fact, if you went there while that was happening, and Kyan was, in the state that he was in, that would have probably turned out worse.
Yeah.
In fact, it's a good thing Drizel is going to be joining soon, because if you did that, it's like, well, we just lost Kyan, but we got Drizel. Don't worry, the aftermath. Oh, the aftermath. Chapter 4, Part 1 is going to be beautiful.
Alright.
Alright. So, when did you guys say will be good? Or you don't know?
I can tomorrow.
Okay.
I can tomorrow too, probably.
Alright. We'll do
Cool.
it tomorrow if we can.
Alright.
Go to bed.
Good night.
Alright.
Good night. Oh,
Alright.
by the way,
Huh.
since y'all are here, and you probably haven't seen it yet, and Jordan's just being lazy, I sent a link to Discord for the trailer for that show, Deadly Class.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm
It's
sure I'll
only a
watch it
minute and
eventually.
15 seconds.
I'm sure I'll watch it eventually, but right now I gotta upload this video.
Alright.
Oh, that's right. We've
Yep.
recorded all this.
Speaking of, want to do an
Wow.
outro real quick? Next time on...
Next time on What the Fuck Just Happened?
Yeah,
We'll
apparently,
find out.
apparently Kyan killed a woman and raped her as a werewolf.
Well, you don't know that fully, but I mean, it's
Ooh,
kind
in the
of implied.
wording,
Lucky-
it says it was
Lucky's-
violated.
Kinda upset that he was actually successful in doing his thing, and then a scream happened and ruined it.
He's like, damn it, foiled again. Alright, good night.
Good
Go to sleep.
night. Come here.